Well, hello friends, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. We just returned from one of our favorite camping trips on beautiful Lake Michigan, and the camper is quite messy. So I thought I'd bring you all along to clean it with me, and this will be like part one of two parts just because I didn't want the video to get too long. But I'm just kind of showing you here what it looks like when we get back. Usually I try to clean it up a little bit more before we leave, but we were soaking up every last drop of vacation. And so I just kind of threw everything in, secured loose items, and said I will mess with it when we get home. I will say though, we hit some pretty rough roads on the way home, and some of the stuff was knocked over in the cabinets and things that fell over in the bathroom, but that happens. We had a full camper this time. We had 10 people the first 2 nights until more of our family got there, and then they went and stayed with them. So then we ended up with 6 people for the rest of the week. So right now, I like to just start with all of the bedding and just pull all of the pillowcases off and get all of the sheets and blankets kind of into one big pile and just kind of strip the beds completely of all of the bedding. Sometimes we'll find a sock. Never know what we'll find in the bedding. Charger. We are not leveled, so this door will not stay closed at the moment. Got a little fan. Ugh. Lots of pillows. Oh, something else. Water. Stickers. Gonna have to put something in front of that door. It was driving me crazy. There, a water bottle. Good door stop. Ugh. Okay, it's getting hot in here. I thought I could open the windows, but it is not very cool outside. So I am going to have to turn the air on, I do believe. Now, I think I figured out why I don't have any pillows in the house. They're all out here. Okay. What I like to do is take like a handheld vacuum and sweep these cushions, because you can't really wash them, but you can get like the crumbs and stuff off. Eventually I'd like to get like some memory foam mattresses to put on top of these, because they're okay, but they're not super comfortable. We usually get rid of all the trash before we leave the campground, so I'm just going to start another trash bag in case. I'm sure I will find some things that need thrown away, like that. If you camp, or even if you don't, this ice maker is so cool. Portable ice maker that my husband's uncle got us, and we kept this thing running the entire week. Just keep refilling it with water, but it lasts for a long time, and it just keeps making little cubed ice. And we actually kept it outside the camper underneath the awning, and there was always fresh ice on hand, which was really nice. We got home last night, so we kept the refrigerator on because we were super tired and I didn't feel like unloading all of the food, so that everything stayed good. So As soon as we got home, we plugged in, and the fridge stayed cold on the way home, and then we plugged it in and kept the food cold. So I think now I'm just going to, we hit some rough roads, and so items may have shifted during transport. So there is like stuff like knocked over, and it's definitely want to secure all items before you take off, because you can hit some pretty rough roads. Okay, the entire pantry's worth of food fit in one bag, so that is awesome. We have another couple camping trips left this summer and fall before the season's over, so I leave my spices in here, cooking oil, cornstarch, flour. Well, actually I don't leave the flour, that type of thing. I don't leave sugar, just in case. But some of the staple items I'll leave in until the season's over. But most food I take out just because I'm like worried I don't want like bugs or a mouse to discover it somehow. I'm just taking all of the clean clothes and putting them in these big Fresh Time bags and take them inside, and then I've tossed the dirty ones over there by the door. I also like to try to keep all of the toys / yard game things, basketballs and stuff in a basket, and then when we get where we're going, I just slide that basket under the camper. Now for the fun part, just toss the dirty clothes bags out onto the ground and then we'll come by and pick them up. We have to park our camper kind of a little ways from the house, so I just usually load stuff up in a car. Who this little guy is, if you know, you know. Let me know down in the comments if you recognize this little guy, but my daughter bought one for my son and his fiance. Somebody had 3D printed them. So cute. Now I'm just gonna wash the remaining dishes that we had. We just left a couple dirty things, you know, like I said, I usually try to wash everything up before I go, but we left the morning after the 4th of July, so we were out really late watching the fireworks over the lake. It was so much fun. So yeah, I just shoved those dishes in the sink and said I'll deal with them when I get home. But it feels good to get them all done and get the camper all cleaned up. Get it all ready for its next adventure. So I think I'm going to end this first part here after I finish the stove. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time in part 2 of cleaning up this camper. Take care and God bless.